Okay, first starting off, my name is Kiamber, and I'm currently not a speech pathology major anymore. I changed it to sociology, but my career definitely fits in with this sort of information, racism, discrimination, minority groups, and etc. But I will start you guys out with one of the five environmental systems. Um, the microsystem setting is the direct environment we have in our lives, which are family, friends, classmates, teachers, neighbors, and other people who have direct contact with us. Being that family and friends and others are our direct contact, it is imperative that we know the difference amongst the three. And here on my concept map, we have race, which is physical difference. We have ethnicity, which is shared cultures, and examples would be like religion, language. Then we have minority groups, who are people who lack power regardless of skin color or country of origin. It relates to the microsystem because everyone is different. Everyone have different values, traditions, and physical appearances. That being said, we should not show racism or discriminate against others. But example of race would be African American, Caucasian, Indian, and that sort of nature. And in module 3, not everyone is privileged as other people. As I was watching the videos and the readings over social economic statuses, there are many people who lack power because of their ethnicity and race. And like I said, that relates to the minority group. And my example would be attending a university. Everyone's background is different. Someone can have a specific race or their parents is not as wealthy as others. And because of that, it's kind of hard for them, and it don't make it easy for them to go to the best schools, survive through college, receive internships, get a great job or a career. It just all depends on the parents and what class system you in. But most people what I say is most people have to work twice as hard as the other person. I don't think it's fair, but I mean that's just the life we live in. But moving on to module 4, we have gender and sexual orientation. And I would say the definition of sex right over here is physical and biological characteristics. That's totally different from gender. Gender is basically how you represent yourself. And people put so much pressure on each sex sometimes that this can lead to gender stereotypes. And gender stereotypes is right over here. It's basically a generalized view of characteristics that is possessed by or the roles that should be performed by male or female. And what I would say, people feel that since you are male, you are obligated to do masculine things, or if you're female, you're obligated to do feminine things. That is not always the case. Girls are expected to be more passive and boys are expected to be more aggressive. And I would say an example of that, like school activities in schools. You have females who jump rope, double dutch, or like to play with chalk, and you have males who like to play basketball and go out and play in the nature or whatever. But sometimes people like to switch it up. And moving on to module 4, we have sexuality. Sometimes that can fit into a minority group as well. And an example of that would be the LGBT community. And the definition over here. It's basically an attraction for someone that for another individual of the same sex. But an example would be like lesbian, bisexual, or gay. And I say this fits in minority group because you have like social events, social gatherings that a LGBT person wants to come to, but they can't because they are bisexual or gay or lesbian, and they're excluded out from those type of things. But I feel that people are entitled to be whoever they want to be. You can't discriminate against someone because of who wants to be themselves, basically. And people have human rights. People learn. People want to do whatever they feel. But that's life. At the end of the day, they are that person, and we have to accept that person for who they are.